So, hello everybody. I just wanted to come up here and drop some emotions, thoughts, feelings. Maybe it's knowledge. It would be knowledge. It's not that it's not. It might be indirect or directly. Could be both. Not really sure. I know my purpose, but I get to it by the end of it. So let me go ahead and get into the point. So I got pictures that help me illustrate this because as I clear my throat, it's just like the same way I be talking to people. It's either rude or you feel that I had something that you couldn't understand and the words didn't come out right. This is going to be very metaphoric. What I'm going to call this is something that's been bothering me for a lot of years. A lot of people that circle themselves around me or near me who want to absorb my positivity, but you say I ain't black enough behind my back. So let's get into it. So for some people, I just recently graduated with philosophy. It was a very important journey for me. It was very spiritually awakened, and not because of the word of philosophy. It was because it was personal. It challenged me to believe in myself when I had a life that made me feel like the gods and the goddesses was punishing me. See, philosophy was just not about what people think it's about. Mine was very personal. But when I sat in that classroom, I made it look very educational on that professional level. I didn't reveal all my secrets. Even though people might have picked and pried, I made it through it. Okay? So what I'm coming to talk about is some Blackish. You know, like the TV show, Blackish. Let's get into Blackish for all the ones that got whispers, my secret supporters. Just want to let y'all know, your secret is no longer a secret. Now, some of these words I'm not going to pronounce. Why am I not going to pronounce them? Because one, sound makes people think. It makes people change their mind. If you could pronounce something that they feel that you could not pronounce, it makes them look at you different. Especially when you drop in something that might be interesting. So all of this I ain't going to pronounce. But what I'm going to let you know is, this is not, I'm going to read from a book that I have got some of the information from. It's not all, but I feel that it's a great book to aim at Blackish and not being blackish enough. So the name of the book is called The Secrets of Afro-Cuban. I'm going to get the author name in a minute. Okay? It's The Secrets of the Afro-Cuban Divination. Okay? I'll probably put the link in the YouTube jump. Maybe on Instagram too. Not the link, but the title. So let me show you, an illustration that I put together and what a lot of it. Make sure y'all could see this. Do y'all see that? See, I posted some stuff on my page. This is the religion. Santeria, the worship of the saints. What you see right here is a triangle within the African community. So if you're blackish enough, you already should know what it is. But I'm giving code points as I wrote. Okay? Now if I turn it upside down, the words might appear to be upside down to you. But the people do not change. They don't change. They do not change at all. I read a lot because, in philosophy, it teaches you to join in the unity within the religious or spiritual sector. So a lot of people always want me to take a side. Even if I say I'm a philosopher, it doesn't justify, because why? Even philosophy take cultural sides. I can't be me at times in this day and time. But I'm going to be me, because when I want me, it was what it was. Now I found me, now it's going to be what it is. So let me read a little bit in the introduction. Since the United States Supreme Court ruling in the case of the Church of the Lusumi versus the state of Florida, July 11th of 1993, Senator Rita has ceased being an underground relic hidden for fear of prosecution. While firmly grounded in the present, Santa Rita is an ancient faith with the roots in the fertile banks of Africa's Niger River, where the Yobo people worship the spirits that later came to be known as the Orishas. So everybody else, I ain't making this long over here. Everybody else, check me out over there on the channel, okay? For everybody else that's coming over here to check me out in the channel, I'm gonna finish reading it. The name that's at the bottom of the triangle, the religion teach them that is the ultimate creative force, the owner of the womb, divided itself into innumerable aspects, or the Orisha. Each Orisha is a living spiritual personification of the head of the owner of the womb. So I want to read that out. So, if anybody go visit my Instagram page, I got some deities from the Orisha up there. One of them is Shango. Shango got an interesting story. So I'm going metaphoric real quick with everybody, right? On the Blackish. I want to see how many Blackish people put this spiritual consciousness together. So, we got a lot of things going on in the world right now, right? So with a lot of things going on in the world right now, Shango is one of the Orishas. And they have a real interesting name, the god of thunder, the flame. But not only that, he wasn't even really supposed to be one. He wasn't never really supposed to be one. At all. That period. When he wasn't supposed to be one, matter of fact, we're reading up on him, which is not in this book. I told you I got many books. I just wanted to use this book for this spotlight. It's not in this book. He seemed like he was a story of Prophet Muhammad. Because one thing within the Orisha, there are 7 feminine aspects. There's 3 feminine aspects that he was involved in. Even majority of the books say his behavior in the beginning wasn't tolerable. until one of the feminine aspects obtained his power. And he became tame. And after that, that's when he gained part of the Orisha. Okay? Now, Shango got a couple of spellings. They either spell it with the S or they spell it with the C, majority of the time, right? But in 2012, a very significant year for a lot of people around the world. Because you know everything was going to change in December. December the 21st, the 12/12, the 12/21, it don't matter, 1122. It was rocking hard. So it was a movie that came out, Django Unchained by Jamie Foxx. Now, if they put a D and threw a J, DJ Ango. DJ Ango. DJ Ango. Ango never changed between Shango, Shango. Ango never changed. DJ. What do a DJ do? DJ mix that beat, baby. 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 That's what a DJ do, right? It mixes things up. Now, if anybody's so blackish, why don't you hit me up with the goddess that he was married to that create change? Just hit me up on it. Hit me up with the other goddess of fertility. Yeah, that's going to be the tricky one right there. Isn't it? Because definitely, it wouldn't even matter which goddess it was. Because if you're a goddess of change or if you're a goddess of fertility, you still going to accomplish what? In one word. Anybody know that one word? Transformation. Hey, transformation. Yeah, I ain't want to show my eyes. So let me go ahead and get a little bit deeper into the talk show. Get a little bit deeper. When commercial slavery removed blacks from the mother continent by the thousands, the Africans took these holy shells and they either put them in their hair, in their vagina, or they swallowed them. Now, they say that a lot of the ones that put it in their hair and the vagina got caught up. I guess they would. But then let's think about history of 400 years ago. And somebody put it in a vagina. And then think about the chastity belt. Think about the chastity belt. Not only that, think about, if you're blackish enough, think about how the 7 powers actually function. Think about when you calling them on, when you're going through the initiation, how do they govern that? Do they save everybody from every cure? Come on, blackish enough. I just want to talk to people for a minute. Play this game. Because if we're going to make a change, let's begin making a change in removing something that ain't going to matter at the end of the day. Because spirits don't matter with that color. That's what? Let me keep going. And I'm going to bring my point even more clear. So let me go to another point up in here, right? Because see, this is really going to go to a lot of people right here. This point right here might make you feel something. So let's go into it. Finally, the desire to worship the Orisha has also been permeated the reconstructed faith of the ancient Europe, Wicca. While few Wiccans, petitioners of Wicca, have any traditional grounding in African spirituality, They yearn to worship the pagan deities of the living Pantheon. Yet they cannot give up their belief in an all-powerful mother goddess as the creatress, as opposed to the creator of all things. Therefore, they worship by the rituals means that have learned in their own faiths. See, this is a thing that comes out with the European Wiccans. What is Blackish enough, or what is Wiccan enough now? I'm just saying, I just read this, right? Let me go back through it again. While few Wiccans, petitioners of the Wicca, have any traditional grounding in African spirituality, they yearn to worship the pagan deities of the living Pantheon. Yet they cannot give up the belief in an all-powerful mother goddess. Therefore, they worship by the ritual means they have learned in their own faith. So, in that right there, there's nothing. This is just talking about how we worship, how we create our things. If all of us is tied one way or another, whether it was from a good cause or a bad cause, the worst cause that nobody want to face is dying. Or wrinkling. You don't want your skin to get wrinkled. You don't want to see your acne. You got to eat right. You don't want to get sick. But nothing comes out. Or even in a human vocabulary, even in some of those categories, you got to be associated with something in order to understand those things. Meaning, and the acne going to impact you if you want to be a model? You can't be like everybody else just because they did it. So what did family say? Therefore, they worship by the ritual means they have learned in their own faith. So if I ain't knocking you, you got the right to knock me. But just understand. Yet, they did not give up their belief in an all-powerful mother goddess. Remember that. As inherent of the Santa Teresa. Okay? Hold on, let me go a little bit deeper. Alright? Let me go a little bit deeper. Because see, this is just the basis of the religion right here. Okay? I put the page numbers up here. So, I'm just trying to... Yet, for those who are sincere and not easily overwhelmed by the obstacles between them and the faith, Santa Maria remains an unbroken link to a powerful spiritual past. So once again, if I'm thinking and still cool with people that smile in my face and feel that I'm not black enough and all of this kind of stuff, tell me what part of my essence this statement just might not be reaching you. Yet, for those who are sincere and not easily overwhelmed by the obstacles between them and the faith, Santa Maria remains an unbroken link to a powerful spiritual past. As it is practiced today, the religion can be divided into two active aspects that feed on each other: worship and divination. Worship of the Orisha takes many forms, just like divination does too. There is a weekly worship of one's patron Orisha, when he or she is refreshed with special oils, prayers, and liberations, Orisha priests and priestess will present a wide array of meats, drinks, and thanksgivings offerings throughout the year on behalf of others. Voltage offerings are made infrequently. Finally, there is a yearly and an anniversary offering that come together through dance, drums, chant, and singing on the holy day of any one spirit. So, what religion has not invented a holy day? What religion don't have drums? What religion don't have something of offering? What? Which one? Pagan. Let's get into pagan part 2. Pagan practices have always incorporated the art of divination in their religions, from the Greek oracle of Delphi to the augment of the Celtics. Its art were a part of and not separate from the religion. In today's New Age movement, however, divination is often an act performed outside of one's spiritual faith. So how am I not? Hold on now. In today's New Age movement, however, divination is often an act performed outside of one's spiritual faith. So, what's wrong with my tarot cards? What's wrong with my candles? And all the other products that I'm about to bring out? What's wrong with it? And this book say, through the trials and tribulations, and they even speaking of the New Age movement, which is the thing. However, divination is an act performed outside of one's spiritual faith. Now, this is an author I don't even know. I don't know this person. I don't know them. I don't know them, but this person right here, examine the world and feel this way. So how am I not in my faith, or I'm not in my faith because of the divination tools? But it says right now, more commonly, divination is outside of their faith. So they're going to leave some mystery. It's going to leave some curiosity. It leads for you to open the door and ask. It don't mean somebody's going to tell you, but ask. But if you stay in assumption, it's a good assumption. But don't take it so far, is what the point I'm trying to make. Because assumptions is so high. Try not to take it so far like you somebody target because you see their divination. Because you fail to ask and because you knocking them on their way, you could be feeling those creepy things because you is a secret hater. So your secret is tormenting you inside. Regardless if you having events, if you let out the secret, maybe the events will change. Because it's just the fact that the secret is in the inside, but the energy is on the outside. Well, not really. The energy is on the inside like a magnet. So it's attracting. So if the All-Mother Goddess knows that you coming against one of their children, because it lives within inside of you, it knows everything, that assumption is getting the best of you. And it turned to a magnet to attract those things to you. Just think about that. I just want people to think about that now. How many reach out and ask? Especially on social media platforms, or you just go around and like. Yeah. Contamination begins real quick. Don't it? Some patronize fortune tellers and psychics, hoping to glean the inner intentions of a lost lover. while others seek a quick peek at future careers and prosperity. Let me back it up a little bit. In today's New Age movement, however, divination is often an act performed outside of one's spiritual faith. No longer are gods, goddesses, or spirits consulted. Some patronize fortune tellers and psychics hoping to glean the inner intentions of a lost lover while others seek a quick peek at a future career of prosperity. So that even goes for me. I come in and when you hear my video, I'll be like, okay, universe, talk to me, tell me what's up. Okay, goddesses, the goddesses of fate, the sisters of fate, talk to me. So I'm not really giving them a head name, am I? Or I'm talking to Wiccan. But this book say majority of people is. So where am I different? How am I an outcast? I'm more in the in group than anything, huh? There are those who use spirit guides in their consultation. I always say spirit guides. Although this is closer to the African spiritual system that survived on the mother continent, many still give credit the entire act of divining to the higher, inner self, and this is the anthem to African beliefs. Let me repeat this one more time. There are those who use spirit guides in their consultations. Although this is closer to the African spiritual system that survived on the mother continent, many still give credit the entire act of divining to the higher, inner self. Does anybody understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm gonna go to another part, right? There are legends of our faith comparable to the parables of the Christian Bible and the mythologies of the pagan faith. Is that why people is always arguing about in the Bible what color somebody is, what color Jesus is, and all of this other stuff? Is it because there are legends of our faith comparable to the parables of the Christian Bible and their mythologies of other pagan faiths? Some tell about the lives of the Orisha on earth. Some tell about the lives of our spirits in heaven. Many tell about the beginning of humans, earth, the cosmos, and also the lives of the ancient humans who lived and died following the way of the Orisha. Finally, these are stories about each one of the 7 powers, where the 256 potential frequencies, that's the way I'm going to say it. Part of the 200, and it's really part of the 256 frequencies that once lived on earth as mortals, walking among men and women as they would. Hold on now. So they sitting here trying to tell me that within the 7 powers, there's another 256, right? And they trying to tell me that these people who embody this energy walk the earth. But then that would make sense to me if we going out. Even if we go to a doctor or whoever we go to see. Even if we change up and want to use herbs. You still human yourself, ain't you? Is that a human thing that you're doing? That probably go with the parable that the mustard seed of Jesus is in the inside of all of us too, right? I'm just asking, man. What is Blackish? What is abandon my faith? You know, this it's funny. And it got me excited because it's like, yo, let me get it off. Cause I'm gonna make a whole new pathway just come right before me now. That's not a reason. Because if you've been a secret, because a lot of people have been secret for a long time. Y'all been hanging on for like 10 years or so. You just come, it just falls into normality. You want to come around and talk, then you leave out. We run into each other, then we leave out. Because in the human world, it's okay to do that now. That's normal. That's the normal. To come and go, to come and go, to come and go. And act like we cool every time. It's normal through all the ways we could connect. It's normal. So I'm being abnormal. And that right there could be the reason I'm making this. Because even you feeling I'm abnormal, hey, I don't feel like taking your energy. Because when a publisher make a book like this, I'm more normal than you are. Let's go to the next point. Okay? Most of the information has never been published, even though outsiders and cultural anthropologists have tried for decades to glean the inner workings of this faith. My prayer for those who study this book, that the roads of knowledge and to attain knowledge leads to a spiritual evolution. Okay? That's what, that's what they wanted to put out there real quick for people. You feel what I'm saying? So, Santeria actually stands for the worship of the saints. So, some of the saints that's connected, I'm going to read off some of the saint names. Saint Teresa, Saint Anthony, Saint Norbert, Lady of Mary, Saint Mary, Santa Barbara, Saint Joseph, Lady of Charity, Saint Peter, Saint Norbert. So a lot of these from all the religions then got converted over to saints. So it's almost like people who go out here and be bashing Halloween. Well, shit. Saint Day is November the 1st and November the 2nd. This is a holiday. Did you know that? So even though you don't do it on Halloween, you'll do it a different way. So what is Blackish? That's being Blackish because you picked the right date. But then Celtics and so many other people celebrate on November the 1st. So who belongs to Halloween for real? Is Halloween the harmony day? Because even, this didn't transform so many times. Is Halloween the harmony day? What is your opinion? What is your opinion on it? What is your opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the shells. Shells is real big right now, right? The Crowley shells. People want to wear them. You got to bead yourself up. You got to have certain beaded colors. So all this information is going on right now. And let's check out the movie that came out. What's one of my favorite movies? I'm going to see how everybody take this. What year it come out? 2017. Then that's a 10. And the movie Get Out came out. The movie Get Out came out. Now I'm talking all this information here. And then we got a war currently going on now. A race war currently going on now. So, how did that actually, if everybody's so deep consciously thinking, you're talking about the whipping of the bell. Let's play some mind games. So everybody who want to be Blackish enough, when you see a lot of protesting and everything on TV, you don't see a lot of Blackish out there, right? But it don't mean the movie Get Out ain't there, right? But when you look in the Blackish community, you see a lot of deaths going on, right? So how Get Out would play on that one? It don't mean that black people ain't caring, but what color skin are you in caring? Because I mean, if spirits, if we talking to spirits, and in this divination system right here, the spirit literally is supposed to come, and matter of fact, the spirit could inhabit the client's body. So the spirit could inhabit the client's body. What do the movie Get Out means to you? When you're looking at all of these now. When I bring it from that point of view, and then I brought up the movie Django. Now we just sat here recently around in my area. They just did a whole 400-year celebration, which is also part of this theme. 400 years of coming over. This African Cuban. It's a whole 400-year thing just happened. But how it's supposed to take place? Did it take place in 2012 with the movie The Django? Then everybody that's been waiting on the day that just recently came was waiting on something that happened in 2012. So then with 2017 coming around and tell you to get out, and everybody talking about, oh, this movie impact me, this movie impact me. So you're going through a lot of thoughts. But you're not really consciously awoke. Why? Because you looking and feeling reality. You feeling your own grievance. You feeling what you lack of understanding of. Until you get that clear understanding, I'll be able to brush it off. You know, do the Jay-Z shit. Brush that shit off, man. Just brush it off. Keep on going. Because you got so many other people with you. See, when you got other people around you, just like I was trying to bring out in the book. See, this is somebody around me. Might not be physical, but they're around me because they make their self, part of their self, become a book. They made their self accessible by marketing their self. The same thing you do when you go to a job. You market yourself when you're putting out a resume. You market yourself. You're making yourself accessible. When you go out and meet somebody and get them give them your telephone number, ask the other person. It's a marketing strategy. So perception is way a big thing right now. So once again, it's like, you're a minute too late, ain't you? For some people, 2012 gone, boo. We in 2019. Bam, the year 2. And what's about to come now? 2020. What's that? The year 3 after of it. So how many of y'all gonna wake up in 2020? I just want to say, this has been my talk show on Blackish. Blackish. Blackish, man. What I supposed to be? Huh? Ain't even really blackish. I'm brownish. I'm brownish. My hair on my head and the hair on my body darker than me. Sometimes the darker some people are, you can't even see their hair on their body, can you? Sometimes the lighter they are, you can't even see their hair on your body. You gotta be a certain skin tone to actually see some people's hair on their fucking body. Do anybody really think about that at times? What skin tone do you really have to be in order to see the hair on your body? Or is it just about where the hair is most significant at for your Venus energy or your Mars energy to make it feel good, make it look good? You know what I'm saying? Is that it? And then we got a chakra system based on colors. And neither one of them got black or white or tan. So when it comes to the human race, none of them even match to the chakras. Now beat that with a bet. but we spiritual beings who's supposed to come together and work together. I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? To crank this off for today. You feel me? I'm going to always do my tarot cards. But I think some people always came to me and it was like, Peaches, you need to do some blogs at times. But see, every time I do the blogs, especially on certain platforms, oh, she's under control. But you know what? If you really study this religion I've been talking about, which one would represent me? Yeah. So you got to figure out the one that everybody want around. And see, sometimes when they get mad, because they got different, you know, it's different rhymes of reasons. Even they get bondage. And the 7 powers is very unique. How these 7 powers have connotations or affirmations or spells or whatever you want to say that puts them even in the place of depression. But only people who really knows about this, since I ain't blackish enough, can understand what I just said. Right? Right? You know, the one beautiful part about it is, one thing that this religion do talk about, people are born with this. When you already had this goddess, when the all-mother powerful goddess born you the first time in this world, that's why they invented the word innate. We already know. So how many of y'all is what? Until the next time now, y'all keep it positive and think clearly about what are we aiming at? And who is the real future? Or what objects really consist in the future? Think about it. Till the next time, y'all stay positive and be safe.